You check your phone every 5 minutes, waiting for their reply. You feel anxious when they're upset with you. Your mood depends entirely on how they treat you today. You need their validation to feel good about yourself. This is emotional dependency, and it's a prison. Epictetus understood this better than anyone. He was a slave, literally owned by another person. He had every reason to be emotionally dependent, yet he became completely free, not physically at first, but mentally, emotionally. He said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Other people are beyond your control, their moods, their opinions, their choices. If your peace depends on them, you're not free, you're enslaved." Today, you're going to learn 6 Stoic ways to stop being emotionally dependent on others, to stop giving away your power, to stop needing external validation to feel okay. If you're tired of feeling controlled by other people's behavior, stay until the end. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly how to reclaim your emotional freedom. Let's begin. Way 1. Realize their opinion is just their opinion, not your truth. The first step to freedom is understanding this. Other people's opinions are not facts about you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." But emotionally dependent people treat opinions as truth. Someone says they're annoying, they believe it. Someone says they're not good enough, they accept it. Someone disapproves of their choices, they question themselves. This is giving away your power completely. Epictetus taught, "If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, 'He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone.'" He's saying their opinion is incomplete, limited, filtered through their own biases, insecurities, and experiences. It's not the ultimate truth about you. Think about it. 10 people can look at you and have 10 different opinions. Which one is true? All of them. None of them. The truth is, their opinions reveal more about them than about you. Someone thinks you're too quiet. Maybe they value extroversion because they're insecure about silence. Someone thinks you're too ambitious. Maybe they gave up on their dreams and resent yours. Someone thinks you're selfish for setting boundaries. Maybe they're used to people pleasing. Their opinion is data about their worldview, not a verdict on your worth. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." People's opinions are friction. They test whether you're grounded in your own self-assessment or dependent on theirs. Here's the practice. Next time someone's opinion affects you, pause. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Is there objective truth in this opinion? If yes, use it to improve. If no, move to question 2. 2. What does this opinion reveal about their values and perspective? Understanding this removes the sting. 3. Do I respect this person's judgment enough to value their opinion? If you don't respect them, why are you giving their words power? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others." Stop valuing their opinion more than your own. You know yourself better than they ever will. This is the first way. Realize their opinion is just their opinion, not your truth. Stop accepting it as fact. Way 2. Stop seeking approval and start living by your values. Emotionally dependent people are approval addicts. They make decisions based on what others will think, not what they actually want. Should I take this job? What will people think? Should I end this relationship? But what will they say? Should I pursue this dream? They might laugh at me. This is not living. This is performing for an audience that doesn't even care that much. Epictetus said, "If you wish to be a philosopher, prepare yourself from the very beginning to be laughed at, to be mocked." He's saying, if you need approval, you can never be free. You'll always be a puppet dancing for others. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, not what others think a good man should be, what you believe a good man should be." The problem with seeking approval is that it's a moving target. Different people approve of different things. You can never please everyone, so you end up pleasing no one, including yourself. Seneca wrote, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere. If you're being what everyone wants, you're being nothing. You're lost. You have no core. The alternative? Live by your values. Define what matters to you. Then make decisions based on that, regardless of approval. You value honesty? Be honest, even when people don't like it. You value growth? Pursue it, even when people don't understand it. You value freedom? Choose it, even when people call you selfish. Here's what happens when you do this. Some people disapprove. Good. They weren't your people anyway. The ones who stay, they're connecting with the real you, not a performance. And something else happens. You start respecting yourself because you're living with integrity. You're doing what you believe is right, not what gets the most likes. Epictetus taught, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Stop explaining yourself to people. Stop seeking their understanding and approval. Just live according to your values, and let your life speak for itself. Here's the practice. Write down your 5 core values, the principles you will not compromise on. Maybe it's honesty, growth, family, freedom, courage, whatever they are, write them down. Then for the next 30 days, make every major decision by asking one question. Does this align with my values? Not, will people approve? Not, what will they think? Just, does this align with my values? By day 30, you'll notice something incredible. You care less about approval because you're living with integrity, and that internal alignment creates a peace that no external approval ever could. This is the second way. Stop seeking approval and start living by your values. Be yourself, not what others want you to be. Way 3, detach your mood from their behavior. This is where most people lose their power. Their entire emotional state depends on how others treat them. If their partner is affectionate, they're happy. If their partner is distant, they're anxious. If their boss praises them, they're confident. If their boss criticizes them, they're devastated. They've given others complete control over their emotional state. Epictetus said something radical. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. Read that again. When someone can control your emotions with their behavior, they're your master. You're enslaved to them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Their behavior is an outside event. You don't control it. But your emotional response? That's entirely within your control. Most people don't believe this. They think, of course I'm upset. Look what they did. But the Stoics knew better. Two people can experience the same event and have completely different emotional responses. Why? Because the event doesn't create the emotion. Your interpretation of the event creates the emotion. Your partner doesn't text you back for hours. Emotionally dependent response? They don't care about me. I'm not important to them. They're probably with someone else. Anxiety, panic, checking phone every minute, emotionally independent response. They're probably busy. I'll hear from them when they're free. In the meantime, I have my own life to live. Calm, focused on other things. Same event, different interpretation, different emotion. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." The reality is they didn't text back. That's neutral. Your imagination added all the meaning, all the suffering. Here's the practice. When someone's behavior affects your mood, pause, separate the event from your interpretation. Ask yourself, what actually happened here? Just the facts. Then ask, what story am I telling myself about what happened? Then ask, is this story true? Or is it one possible interpretation among many? Usually you'll realize you're catastrophizing, creating worst-case scenarios, reading minds, assuming the worst. When you strip away your interpretations and see just the facts, most situations lose their power over you. Your boss was short with you in a meeting. Fact. Your interpretation? He hates me. I'm getting fired. Alternative interpretation? He's stressed about something unrelated to me. You don't know which is true, so why choose the interpretation that makes you suffer? This is the third way. Detach your mood from their behavior. Control your interpretations, not their actions. Way 4. Build your identity on character, not relationships. Emotionally dependent people define themselves through their relationships. I'm someone's partner. I'm someone's friend. I'm part of this group. Their entire identity is external. So when those relationships change, they don't know who they are anymore. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." Relationships will change. People will leave. Friends will drift apart. Partners will move on. That's life. If your identity is built on those relationships, you'll be destroyed when they end. But if your identity is built on your character, you're unshakable, because your character goes with you everywhere. Epictetus taught, some things are up to us, and some are not up to us. Relationships are not up to you. You can be a great partner, and they might still leave. You can be a loyal friend, and they might still betray you. You can't control other people. But your character? That's completely up to you. How you treat people, how you handle adversity, your integrity, your growth, your values, that's your identity, not your relationship status. Seneca wrote, "The wise man is self-sufficient, not because he doesn't have relationships, but because his sense of self doesn't depend on them." Think about it. If your relationship ended tomorrow, who would you be? If your friend group dissolved, who would you be? If you lost your social status, who would you be? If the answer is, I don't know, your identity is too dependent on external things. Here's the practice. Define yourself by character traits, not relationships or roles. Instead of I'm a good partner, say, I'm honest, loyal, and kind. I bring those qualities to my relationships. Instead of I'm popular, say, I'm genuine with people. Some connect with that, some don't. Instead of I'm successful at my company, say, I work hard and solve problems. I'll take those skills anywhere. See the difference? One identity is portable. One depends on external validation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Within yourself, your character, your choices, your values. That's your identity. Build it there, and no one can take it from you." This is the fourth way. Build your identity on character, not relationships. Be someone. Don't just belong to someone. Way 5. Learn to be comfortable in solitude. Emotionally dependent people can't be alone. They need constant contact, constant validation, constant company. Why? Because they're running from themselves. Seneca wrote, "The greatest remedy for loneliness is solitude." That sounds like a contradiction, but it's not. When you learn to be comfortable alone, you're never lonely, because you enjoy your own company. Emotionally dependent people hate being alone. It forces them to face their thoughts, their insecurities, themselves, so they avoid it. They fill every moment with people, noise, distractions. But the Stoics knew solitude is where you build strength. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Your soul, not other people, your own soul. When you can sit with yourself peacefully, you don't need others to fill a void. You're complete on your own. Then relationships become a choice, not a desperate need. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life." You're not free if you can't be alone. You're dependent, addicted to company. Here's the practice. Schedule regular solitude. Once a week, spend at least 2 hours completely alone. No phone, no people, just you. Walk, sit, think, journal, read, whatever. Just be with yourself. The first few times will be uncomfortable. Your mind will scream for distraction. That's normal. That's the dependency withdrawing. But if you keep doing it, something shifts. You start enjoying your own company. You start having your best ideas. You start feeling whole. And when you feel whole alone, you stop being desperate in relationships. You stop clinging. You stop needing. You start choosing. This is the 5th way. Learn to be comfortable in solitude. Build a relationship with yourself first. Way 6. Practice self-validation instead of seeking external validation. This is the final and most important way. Stop looking outside for validation. Start giving it to yourself. Emotionally dependent people constantly ask others, "Am I good enough? Do you approve? Am I doing okay?" They need others to confirm their worth, to tell them they're valuable, to reassure them constantly. This is exhausting for them and for the people around them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others. You love yourself more than you love anyone else, yet you trust their opinion of you more than your own opinion of you. That's insane." Epictetus taught, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Notice he didn't say, "First ask others what you should be." He said, "Tell yourself, you decide, you validate." Here's the truth. No amount of external validation will ever be enough if you don't validate yourself. You can have 1,000,000 people tell you you're amazing, but if you don't believe it, it won't matter. You'll still feel empty, still seek more, still feel like a fraud. But if you validate yourself, you need far less from others, because you already know your worth. Their validation is nice, but it's not necessary. Seneca wrote, "The willing are led by fate, the reluctant dragged." When you depend on external validation, you're being dragged. You're at the mercy of others' moods and opinions. When you validate yourself, you're being led by your own assessment, your own standards, your own truth. Here's the practice. Every evening, validate yourself for 3 things you did that day, not what others praised, what you know you did well. I was patient when I wanted to react. I worked hard even though no one noticed. I was honest even though it was uncomfortable. Write them down, acknowledge, yourself. Be your own source of validation. Over time, this builds internal confidence. You stop needing constant reassurance from others. You know when you're doing well. You trust your own judgment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Be one. Know it yourself. You don't need others to confirm it." This is the 6th way. Practice self-validation instead of seeking external validation. Be your own source of worth. Let's review these 6 Stoic ways to stop being emotionally dependent on others. 1. Realize their opinion is just their opinion, not your truth. 2. Stop seeking approval and start living by your values. 3. Detach your mood from their behavior. 4. Build your identity on character, not relationships. 5. Learn to be comfortable in solitude. 6. Practice self-validation instead of seeking external validation. Epictetus started as a slave, literally owned by another person, but he found complete freedom. How? He mastered his mind. He stopped being emotionally dependent. He said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Other people will always be unpredictable. They'll approve one day and disapprove the next. They'll be warm one moment and cold the next. If your peace depends on them, you'll never have peace. But if you master these 6 ways, you become free, truly free. No one can control your emotional state. No one can shake your peace. No one can take your power. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Starting today, reclaim that power. Stop being emotionally dependent. Start being emotionally free. Thank you for watching. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Now go reclaim your freedom